going on, everyone? Daniel Rodriguez here. It's time to review Preacher Season 1, Episode 7, titled He Gone. Spoiler review. Make sure you have seen the episode. It should take me about 3 minutes to recap and give you the pros, cons, and final score. Thanks again for joining me. Do not forget I also do reactions to Preacher, so if you check out my channel, I have my reaction for this episode and all the past episodes for Season 1. Anyway, really awesome episode. Definitely, this season has been really awesome. It's already been renewed for a second season with 13 episodes, so 3 episodes extension. Dominic Cooper, man, and just all the actors have been doing just such a fantastic job. Nathan Dario just came back to do some flashbacks. I mean, literally, I love the storytelling for this show. I mean, goddamn, like, again, Dominic Cooper, the way he plays his character, so much hate, like, you just hate him, but you love him at the same time. It's so perfect, so let's get right on to it, man. So far, so good, man, with Preacher, really enjoying it. So first off, Cassidy sees what Jesse did to Eugene last week, go to hell, Eugene. Well, Eugene's gone, and Cassidy saw it all right from the balcony above. So after that, he makes people serve God, but the way he did it, he brings all the people in, he's like, he walks in, he's like, serve God. But it all looks like they're like, you know how they do the church stuff, but literally, I thought he's supposed to be like, in his voice, like, serve God. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't do that. At least from my knowledge, from my hearing, he did not do serve God. He just did serve God. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh, did it work? Did he not do it? I don't know. So there's a flashback where Jesse and Tulip are in trouble at school. They ended up getting into a fight. Not them, but they fought somebody. And the other people ended up getting bruises or stitches and stuff like that. Tulip sees Walter drunk, which is her uncle. She ends up like getting his pants back, and it's all this little slow thing going on. People are staring. Even the mascot of the town, he's just kind of walking with his dog. Who walks their dog in a mascot suit? Like, that's the most random thing ever. Like, there has to be a thing in the comics, right, where the mascot's always walking around or something. There has to be some running gag. Anyway, people are staring. Cassidy confronts Jesse, and he says, like, I know what you did, that little arse face. I love how he said arse face, like arse. He said something like arsey face, like that kid with the arsey face. Like, but he didn't exactly say arse face, but it was like the legend is born right there, man. So anyway, Jesse kind of like, oh yeah, and he ends up going to the Bible study. Tulip arrives. That's where keeping secrets and revealing. That's where they're talking about, do we either keep secrets or do we reveal secrets? Does he know you're a vampire? Yeah, he's my best mate. I said it about 9 times. Did you really? And then, yeah, he said it. He's told Jesse that he's a vampire and stuff, and yeah, well, they're both talking about what they want to do in the future. There's a flashback where Tulip's taken away by Child Protective Services. Really well acting by the kid who plays Jesse, where he's running after, it's almost like such a cliched scene, but it works in here. It works in the flashbacks. You do bring emotion, and that's where he goes to his room and he's like, please take care of Tulip, but kill my dad. And well, we all know what happens. Spoiler alert for This Is the End. Jonah Hill wants Jay Bartwell dead. God, can you please kill Jay? That would be so rad. Next day he ends up possessed. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, don't pray for people to die. It doesn't end up very well for you in the end. So that happens, man. There's rehearsals for this play going on, which is super funny because they suck at it. They're doing the whole thing where you look back and in the Bible, there was this whole story where they look back and they turn to salt, which, very intense story, actually, really good story. But anyway, they're very sucky, the actors. Odin goes up and talks to Jesse and everything, and it turns out, well, I'm not a Christian. He was playing Jesse the whole time, or at least from my knowledge. Maybe Odin has this sort of wrath or power or angry inside. I don't think he has powers, but he never was really under the influence. I think he's been playing Jesse all along. Victory or death, basically. So anyway, he leaves. There's dinner and there's a mini fire going on. Emily's there, Tulip, Cassidy, Jesse. They're all there eating. The sheriff arrives and little fire in the not the stove, the oven. Okay, so other than that, Cassidy hits Jesse outside, and they start talking about, like, what are you going to do about that, what are you going to do about Eugene? And that's the thing, too, because I think all of us have been wondering, what is he going to do with Eugene? Like, you sent a teenager to hell. And he told us the backstory that he was in love with Tracy, or the girl, like is it Lacey or Tracy? Anyway, he was in love with the girl, and okay, he took it too far. He didn't, and she wasn't interested, so he took it too far, and he ends up shooting her in the head, and then I guess he thought she was dead, and then he ends up putting in the mouth, and she ends up a vegetable. He ends up looking disfigured, and it's no win-win. It's a big loss. It's a big horrific thing, and they call him murderer because basically she's a vegetable. So apparently you kind of murdered everything for her life, but not where he deserves to go to hell. Because he didn't do it like, I don't think they did it where he's like, I'm going to kill her just for fun. Like, I'm not just killing just to kill. You know what I mean? Like, he's not, there's other worse people to go to hell than, him. You know what I'm saying? I guess I'm going too far into it. But you know what I mean? Either way, I love this part because Cassidy ends up going in the sun, and he's like, well, you put me out of the fire. And I guess Jesse never put him out of the fire. Poor Cassidy has to take a while to regenerate. Tulip ends up leaving. There's a flashback where his dad is killed. Jesse is trying to bring Eugene back, where he's breaking the ground, and he's like, come back, come back. It was really it was a good comeback. Anyway, Odin and the group are going towards the church, basically, to go fight the great Jesse Custer, Muster, whatever. Custer, I think. It's Custer, not Cluster. Yeah, it's Custer. Anyway, they're going, and they're going to do a big fight and all that. So what did I think about this episode overall? First off, let me give you the pros. First off, the ending of the episode, for sure. Definitely with the come back, and him actually trying to get Eugene back. Why doesn't he just say, Eugene, come back to Earth? Why doesn't he just say that? You know what I mean? Like, he could just say that. Either way, I guess there wouldn't be no plot if he didn't do that. Or if he did that. Anyway, the ending, with Odin heading towards the church and stuff like that, I thought that was a really big way to end an episode. Next week looks like the finale, even though we have 3 more episodes left. I love the whole Eugene backstory. It made sense. It kind of gave more context, obviously, to the character. Jesse, Dominic Cooper, has been doing such a fantastic job this season. I love the way he's been playing Jesse. You love to hate him. You hate to love him. He's so well at, his eyes, and very devilish and monsterish, the way that he ends up doing his facial reactions. The flashbacks were perfectly done. Definitely with young Tulip and the young Jesse, they played very well, those kids, especially the Tulip girl. I mean, I think they did an awesome job actually doing that from back then to the modern day or the future. Odin, it's very weird what they did with Odin there, and I did not expect that twist, so it got me very well. That he was either playing him, I guess it's not really, we don't know if he was playing him or not. Maybe he was under the influence, and then he got out of the influence, who knows. But definitely, Jackie Earle Haley being in this show, he's creepy. He's a creepy guy. He's very weird. He looks like a pervert, so better watch out for that. Anyway, Cassidy on fire, that was another strong part of the episode where he ends up, going into the sun. It was a little weird with the effects, though. I'll be honest, it was kind of weird, and he was like, like, it was weird in the back, but once it showed everything on fire, it made more sense. Either way, the sheriff cares. I love how the sheriff, he was like, finish the job, Eugene, and then all of a sudden, have you guys seen Eugene? Oh, man, I don't know where Eugene is. Oh, now you care? Now you care about your son? Oh, I wonder where Eugene is. Yeah, well, if you would have finished the job, how would you feel then? 2 weeks later, I miss Eugene. I shouldn't have told him to do that. Yeah, now the sheriff's kind of like, oh, where's my son? Oh, Jesse was so close when Emily was like, yeah, you talked to Eugene before the service, but I saw him leave. Like, so close, dude. The sheriff was like, oh, okay, well, all right, well, thank you so much. So freaking close. I'll walk you out. The only cons I have about this episode, really, it was a weird first half, wasn't it? The first 20 minutes of the show, it felt just weird. It felt like a mixture of things going on. The serve God line, that's a small little nitpick. I won't take points off for that, but serve God. Serve God. I thought that would have been a little bit more intense there. It was a slower feel the first 20 minutes because they show, you kind of have to connect the dots for the little scenes going on where, like, Tulip goes and grabs those pants from those kids, and then she brings it to Walter, and we never really see him put the pants on or stuff like little dots like that really connect. But the episode felt weird. It did have entertaining scenes. Definitely, the last half was the better of the first half. I love the flashbacks. There wasn't no big problem for the episode. So overall, I think Cassidy did an awesome job, even though we really didn't get to see Cassidy again. Obviously he's not dead. Like he's coming back. But, we haven't seen the two angels either. It would have been a perfect way to even put the two angels in this episode somehow. So, overall, I'm going to end up giving this episode of Preacher, He Gone, a B+. Thought it was a really good episode. It wasn't great, but it was really entertaining, very fun, great acting, and definitely next week even looks way more fantastic. All Out War. Comment down below to what you guys thought about Preacher. If you enjoyed this review, hit that like button. Make sure to share with your friends, and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, bye-bye.